News Now on Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
We are following breaking news on the roads right now, where several lanes of I-91 in Rocky Hill are shut down for a massive truck fire. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. This is happening right near the exit for the Silestine Highway. Let's take a look right now. This is live video from I-91 South. You can see the flames, heavy black smoke coming from that truck. That's really violent.
That is dramatic. According to the DOT, the right and center lanes of the highway are closed between exits 22S and 23 right now. We are going to stay on top of this breaking news and bring you any new information as it becomes available to us. All right, our other top story tonight's forecast. We continue to track a weather impact alert here in Connecticut for some classic summer conditions expected tomorrow.
We certainly got a taste of the heat and humidity today, and tomorrow it'll be even hotter.
Parts of the state are under a heat advisory, and we're watching for some summer storms later in the day tomorrow. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank is here with everything you need to know. Rach?
Yeah, even hotter conditions tomorrow, joining the humidity that is just about as high as it gets for us around here. It kind of feels like you're walking through soup. But we did want to issue this weather impact alert because it will feel like between 95 to near triple digits as we head through the afternoon tomorrow. So it's obviously going to impact your day. Maybe you need to kind of reorganize when you're going to get that stuff done outside, limit strenuous activity outside at this point in summer. You know the drill. But yes, once again, we have the potential for scattered thunderstorms. There is a risk for an isolated severe storm with damaging winds, but a bigger concern tomorrow may end up being the potential for some poor drainage flooding and maybe even some flash flooding issues with heavy rain over a short period of time. We've got all this tropical moisture to work with. So just make sure you're staying weather aware. So if you are out enjoying the day, you know when it's time to head inside. And we're keeping an eye on the afternoon into the early evening for that. Meantime, we're getting a little appetizer right now, just a shower, a rumble of thunder in Litchfield County, and you're seeing some showers to the south. This is what's left of the circulation that was once Chantal. That's going to slide to the south of us. Overnight lows in the 70s. It remains warm and humid, an isolated shower, areas of patchy fog. Then it is hot and humid tomorrow. We'll see high temperatures near 90 degrees. And again, after 2 o'clock, we'll see a rising chance for some of those showers and storms. We'll take a closer look at the future radar, help you plan the day, and talk about more storms later this week coming up.
All right, Rachel, thank you. And stay with Fox 61 throughout tomorrow's storms. Download the free Fox 61 News app for the latest forecasts from our weather impact team, and get the Fox 61 Plus for your smart TV. An East Hartford family is having to start from scratch after their home was badly damaged over the 4th of July weekend.
The second floor of the home was destroyed, and now they're facing a number of challenges in their road to recovery.
Fox 61's Kay Pattyfoot talked with the family about how they're dealing with the loss.
While many people were enjoying the 4th of July weekend, one East Hartford family watched as their home went up in flames. They tell me they've lost everything, and now they're trying to figure out what to do next.
Everything was left inside, and we had to wait for the fire and police department to come, and we just watched our house just burn up while waiting.
Victoria Cawley was home Saturday night when she says her older sister alerted her and the rest of the family that their mom's car and the side of their home was on fire.
That whole night, fireworks were going on, so there was just a lot of loud noises, which kept one of my older sisters up at night, and she had trouble falling asleep, so before she went to bed, she turned over to her girlfriend to say goodnight, and that's what she saw, like an orange hue outside the window.
Everyone made it out safely, but the family is still shaken up.
In the moment for me, it was just like, I was just in so much shock, I didn't even know how to feel. Like, I was just so scared. Like, yes, I was crying, but I feel like I couldn't even recognize my own feelings, because I've never seen that happen before.
Cawley's older sister, Saj Ford, says she will never forget the phone call she got that night.
Just hearing the frantic emotions over the phone from my sister who lived in Ellington, who drove there, it was overwhelming. I knew I wanted to be strong for them because they had just lost everything. And it wasn't just losing everything, it was watching it happen in real time.
Cawley says on top of this, they're in need of a new temporary home because they have to be out of their hotel by July 9th. Kali leaves for college at the end of summer, and her younger siblings go back to school in August, so they're facing a major uphill battle. Book bags, things like that, right? Just all these added expenses.
Exactly. Usually we reuse. Like before, we'll have extra book bags, we reuse them. Now those are all gone, so it's like we have to go out, get new things. So it's just really helpful to have the extra support that we can get.
She started a GoFundMe page, which has already raised a little over $13,000. Ford says she's grateful for the help thus far.
To see people you haven't talked to in maybe 2 or 3 years, name pop up, like this person donated, that person donated, it makes your heart feel like, wow, the world still has light in it.
If you'd like to donate, we'll put a GoFundMe link to support the family's rebuilding efforts on Fox61.com and the Fox 61 app. The family says any donations are welcomed and greatly appreciated. In East Hartford, Kate Pattyfoot, Fox 61.
Jury deliberations hit a snag in the trial of Raul Valley this afternoon. Jurors told the judge they can't come to a consensus. They are tasked with deciding if Valley is guilty of murder and assault after he stabbed several people at a Shelton house party in 2022. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules tells us where the deliberations stand.
After about 2 hours of deliberations, the jury sent a note to the judge saying they were hopelessly deadlocked on the murder charge, 11-1.
At this point, I simply suggest that you continue with your deliberations. You should review the evidence and the position of each juror to determine if any evidence has been overlooked or any juror's position misunderstood with respect to either the evidence or the law.
Judge Sherry Murphy began the day continuing to give jury instructions. The judge explained what needed to be considered to charge Valley with murder as well as the assault counts. Judge Murphy also went over what the jury needs to consider when looking at Valley's self-defense stance.
A person is justified in using reasonable physical force upon another person to defend himself, a third person, from what he reasonably believes to be the use or imminent use of physical force. And he may use such degree of force which he reasonably believes to be necessary for such purpose.
Valley says he was acting in self-defense when he stabbed 4 people, injuring 3 and killing 17-year-old James McGrath. Valley says he was attacked by at least 20 people at a Shelton house party when the stabbings happened. To find Valley guilty of murder, the most serious of the charges he faces, the jury must find that the prosecution proved Valley without a reasonable doubt intentionally caused the death of James McGrath. The jury could also convict Valley of the lesser charge of manslaughter. To convict Valley of manslaughter in the first degree, the jury would have to find that Valley intended to cause serious physical injury to McGrath that resulted in McGrath's death. Judge Murphy also told the jury to avoid allowing sympathy for either side to sway their decision.
You are to find the defendant guilty or not guilty, uninfluenced by the possible punishment or consequence that may follow a conviction.
Judge Murphy encourages the jury to continue deliberations on the 3 assault charges and revisit the murder charge vote later on. In Milford, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
A 16-year-old is in the hospital after a stabbing this afternoon. Police were called to the Duncan location on Center Street. Officers say the stabbing didn't happen there, but first responders tended to the teen there and then took the teen to the hospital for further treatment. Investigators are still working to figure out what led up to the stabbing. We're waiting to learn more about a boat that caught fire in the Connecticut River this afternoon. The Middletown Fire Department tells Fox 61 they were called to Portland Boat Works just before 5 p.m. We don't know the extent of the damage or if anyone was hurt. Once we learn more, we'll update you on air, online, and on the free Fox 61 News app.
In North Branford, 2 students and a town employee are recovering. They were hurt in a crash this afternoon. Police say a public works truck turned into the path of the southbound school bus near Forest and Mill Roads. All 3 people hurt had minor injuries but were taken to the hospital. The crash is under investigation.
A Connecticut woman is safe tonight after getting stranded on a rugged New Hampshire trail. Conservation officers rescued Catherine Hudson of Danbury from the Great Gulf Trail early Sunday. She got stuck overnight after falling multiple times and fearing hypothermia. Officers hiked down steep, slippery terrain to reach her, and they gave her warm fluids and helped her climb back out by late morning.
We've learned the 3 suspects seen in surveillance video carjacking a Bridgeport pastor were teenagers. They've since been charged. The attack happened in Baltimore. Police there say 3 young men, ages 15, 16, and 19, carjacked Bishop-elect Kenneth Moles Jr. last week. Reportedly, one of them asked for the time, then pulled out a gun when Moles rolled down his window. The suspect hit him, took the car, and then drove off. Police found the car hours later and arrested all 3. Moles was hurt but is recovering.